Imagine if you had the power to know what someone is thinking. This could change your social life, your business, your friendships, your relationships. What I'm here to talk about today is not about mind reading, but rather body reading, also known as body language. Hi, my name is David Bigelow, and today I'm going to walk you briefly through the secret language of body signals and how we can recognize and harness those secrets for our advantage as we communicate with the world around us. Before we begin, let's first define body language as nonverbal communication. Non meaning not, and verbal meaning with words. Psychologist Albert Merhemian claimed that 93% of the emotional impact of a message comes from non-verbal sources, whereas only a partial 7% is verbal. Now, I don't know about you all, but these statements make me feel like I talk way too much. This brings me to my first point, and that is that the world of non-linguistic messages is all around us. Unlike spoken language, nonverbal communication is universal. Take, for example, a time when you observed two people speaking to one another and you didn't understand either of them because of their unfamiliar spoken language. Although you could not understand the words that they were saying, you were still able to decipher, based on a non-linguistic cue, what the theme of their conversation was. We base this on their facial expressions, their postures, their gestures, and their vocal tones. This universal language is not only for adults, some may think. Take, for example, walking into a nursery where none of the children are able to speak, and you will see that they are still able to play together and communicate their feelings toward one another. This nonverbal communication may be more blunt, such as sharing and hugging, or hitting and kicking, but these are among some of the first forms of communication that children will use and will be the building blocks for their spoken language. Body language is in all aspects of work, leadership, and business, where communication is seen and observed among people. It is hard to be a good leader and a motivator, for example, if you're hunched over in your chair, shoulders shrugged, and looking away from the person that's talking to you. The same goes for our relationships outside of work, in parenting, friendships, and dating. Our body language speaks volumes about how we really feel. Without nonverbal communication, we would simply just be text messages or emails. Nonverbal communication allows us to demonstrate the kind of relationships we have or wish to have with others. For example, take the ways that we say hello to one another. For those who we don't know, a simple head nod or a slight wave might be acceptable. For a superior or a form of respect, we would shake hands with one another, and for a family member or a close friend, we would give a hug. All of these different levels of nonverbal communication define what the relationship is between the people involved. Thus, from across the room, you can determine what the relationship is between two people interacting just based on their nonverbal communications. When we are trying to influence others, the way we look and sound can be more important than the words we speak. The psychology book Interplay describes how nonverbal can capture attention, show or increase liking and generating power, and boost our credibility. An example of this is noted when we look at a person to do something for us. It's more likely that they will respond in a positive manner if you look them directly in the eye. Wear high-standard clothing. Use open body posture. Touch them. and behave in an upbeat and friendly manner. So for those of you looking for a job, remember to smile, act positive, have open body language, dress professional, and provide the potential employer with a firm handshake. All of these factors can play into leading your potential employer to the accepting and desiring response that you're looking for. Nonverbal language is an important part of how we communicate with one another all around the world. This unspoken language is the basis of communication from the time we are born and for the rest of our lives. People do not always say what they mean, but their body gestures and movements tell the truth. Thank you.